Okay, so today we're going to talk about just doing some basic research. You guys have already had the chance to get into your projects a little bit, just things that interest you, exploring some of the books and some of the websites you found, and you found some really cool things. All right, so we want to kind of just focus that a little bit more to make sure your research is productive. So here's your research planner. You're going to put your name. I'll just put my first name. You can put your first name and maybe your last initial, or your whole name, that's fine. And then the date, 3/4/16, and I am researching about, now you guys have had a wide variety of topics, right? You've looked at Legos, Nerf, Transformers, dogs, batteries. You know, there have been so many different things that you guys have researched. So I think I'm just going to say I'm researching about, I don't know, squid. Okay, I'll just pick kind of something a little bit more random than what I've heard you guys talking about. So I'm going to research about squid. Alright, I already know that squid live in the ocean. So that's something I know about squid. And I know that some people eat squid. And there might be more things you know that you want to say. You can write those facts here too, or you can just draw an arrow and say more. And you can list some more on the back. Does that make sense? Can I get a thumbs up, a thumbs sideways, or a thumbs down? Because some of you probably have more than 2 things that you know about a topic. But maybe you have a topic where you don't even know 2 things. That's okay. You can write, I already know that I want to know more about squid. Okay, so that's fine. Now I want to know. Okay, so these are things that you're wondering. These are things that you're wondering. And I would write them, if I were you, in the form of questions. Because these questions, you can turn them right into research questions and make it more easy to find the answer. So, how big do squid get? Alright? How big do they get? Because there's some really big squid. I know that, actually. But I don't really know how big they get. So I could even do this as a Google search. Or for you guys, Google has a new search engine for kids. Okay, that we might try out. It's called Kiddle. Kiddle. So you could actually put that question right into Kiddle and see what comes up for an answer. Alright? How big do squid get? And then maybe I want to know, maybe I want to know, do they sting? Do they sting, not sing. Do they sting? Okay, because I know they have those tentacles. That's something else that I know. So are they going to sting me if I get near them? Or maybe they're just suckery. I don't know. I have to learn about that if I'm going to learn about squid. Alright. Maybe another question I might ask is, how do people cook them? How do people eat them? Alright. When I lived in Japan, people ate a lot of squid. Alright, it was a big delicacy on the menu a lot of times. People ate cooked squid and even raw squid. Alright, obviously those are things I already know, but maybe I want to know more. Maybe I would want to cook a squid dish to bring to school for you. Okay, if you're doing something with food, you can feel free to cook it as part of your research and bring it in. Probably not squid, okay, given the looks on some of your faces, and I will not be making you squid. Alright. But those are ways we learn about things. So a cooking project, actually, I could put a recipe down here. If you want to do a recipe, please no baked Legos though. Alright, that doesn't sound very good. Okay. However, if you're learning about Legos and you want to make something like with a Lego gelatin, there are gummy kind of Legos recipes that I've seen, so that might be a choice. I mean, there's lots of different directions you can take this, but still keep it focused on your research. Alright, this is the part that kids sometimes don't want to do so much, but this is your sources. You got to do it. Okay, where are you getting your information? I put a website or a book. You could also get it from a movie. Alright, there's lots of places you could get it. What I need from you for 3rd grade is the title. So if it's a YouTube video, alright, I want you to write YouTube, let's just say YouTube, and I'm going to say the name of the video. So you guys know how to find the title on the YouTube video. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs sideways, or a thumbs down. Okay, so you're good with that. YouTube, I'm going to do this, YouTube, and then I'm going to put it right in quotation marks, and I'm going to call it Fun with Squids. Squid. That's one I just made up, but maybe there really is a video about that. Okay, and maybe I got information about that, and the author of that video was, Peter T. Squid. Okay, obviously I'm just making that up a little bit, but you should be able to find the author, and you can just put the username of the person. If you can't find anybody's name there, that's fine if it's a video. Now if it's a book, you just look on the cover usually, or right inside at the title page. That'll give you the name of the book and the author. Okay, we've talked about some of that recently. If it's a website, there should be some article title there, and usually it'll give you an author. Sometimes it doesn't. So if there's no author by the website, that I can understand, but you want to make sure you're looking for it. As you go through the grades, as you get into 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, you're going to have to do more than find the author and the name of the book or the name of the video. You're going to have to know where it was published. You're going to have to know when it was published. There's ways of finding that, but for 3rd grade, I think just finding the name of it and the author is good. What do you guys think about that? Thumbs up, thumbs sideways, thumbs down. Everybody good with that? If you want to find more, you can. So I'm just going to, anyway, just put that. Remember, for book titles, I'm going to have you underline it. So if the book title was called Squid, I'm going to underline that. Don't forget, that's important for a book title. Squid, and then the author is going to be Sally Andrews. I just made that up. Okay, now I'm thinking about what I might want to do with a squid and how to show how big squid get. Probably I'm not going to make of it a movie. Probably not going to make a movie because I'm not going to the ocean to see squid anytime soon. Okay, I could do a cartoon. I could do a poster. I could do a research paper if I were the writing type. Okay, I could do a guidebook. I could make a game. Wouldn't that be fun? Squid, and then that'd be neat, and sometimes a neat game. A model. Can you imagine if you take like a shoebox or something? You could make a little ocean and put the squid in it, and then you could create some labels. So here's your box. Okay, let's just say this is the box. This is your ocean. Okay, and then you draw the squid in there. Alright, and then you can label stuff. So I'll just write squid, but you could actually put little informational cards, like use index cards or something. Does that make sense? I mean, there's a lot of materials and stuff you can have access to, and you guys have waited very patiently while I explained how to fill this out. So I'm going to give this to you today. Your job for today is to try to get as much of this filled out as you possibly can. Alright, you have access to all the materials in the classroom. If you do want to get a computer and use a computer, you certainly may do that today. However, keep in mind we only have about 15 minutes to work right now, but then you can use a little bit more time after if you want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance for questions, but this is how to fill out your research planner for your 3rd grade research project. What's up?